Mr. Limada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning, and welcome to Story Time. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm glad that we're here together, and happy Tuesday to you and your loved ones, and to everybody out there that is joining us live right now, but of course to everybody else that will be joining us later on for the recordings. We send you love as well and well wishes. Thank you so much for being here with us on Story Time. We're back with another exciting book. And it's one that we've read here a few times on Storytime, including right when it came out. We were probably the first to showcase this book, actually, when it came out. Thank you to Innosanto Nagara and, of course, 7 Stories Press and Triangle Square for really trusting us with their book and, trusting us to promote it when it came out. But it is a beautiful one indeed, worth talking about. Oh, the things we're for. If you ask, well, we're going to tell you today. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. And written and illustrated by Innosanto Nagara, and of course being read with permission of the publishers, 7 Stories Press, and of course Triangle Square. Thank you so much for being here with us, and I hope you're ready. It is a beautiful one indeed. You know, with Innosanto Nagara, you're in for a treat. Think of all the others. A is for activist, Counting on Community, or indeed Night at the Planetarium, or what's the other one, The Wedding Portrait. So many great works that we could talk about, and Innosanto has delivered in so many ways and continues to do the work of social justice. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime today. Please, as always, let us know where you're joining in from, who is joining in with you, and indeed how it is where you are. Is it cold? Is it warm? How is it? Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime indeed. And most importantly too, I just hope that you are having a wonderful start to your day, a wonderful Tuesday. And if you're later in the day, you're further out, say for example in Zambia, I know it's much later in the day. I hope that you've had a lovely day thus far, and hopefully the rest of it is just as you would want it to be. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime today. And remember too that just this past weekend we did have the Social Justice Children's Book Holiday Fair 2023. Yes, the 7th edition of that was happening, and many amazing creators that we were able to talk to, that we were able to highlight. And this week we're going to be continuing to share pieces of the Social Justice Children's Book Holiday Fair, because it is an important event and the calendar, of course, our calendar, Storytime, and the Social Justice Children's Book Holiday Fair crew. So we want to make sure that for those of you that were not able to be there in person, you still get glimpses of it. And of course, even if you were there in person, just reminders of the amazing exhibitors, the amazing work that people are doing out there. You may have missed the one that we'll show you, but also if you're being here with us, I absolutely appreciate you, Ari, and of course, Megan. Thank you so much for joining us. And the Barbies are here playing Uno. Sounds like lots of fun out there in Kentucky, and glad that we could be part of that morning too. Thank you so much for joining us here on Story Time. Good morning to you, Kathy. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. You're saying from a cold but sunny Ohio. Well, thank you for being here with us today. I'm glad that we're here together. And speaking of Ohio too, like just thinking because I just saw that it'll make sense. I promise, Kathy, it'll make sense. But I just saw that the Lakers, I was watching them win their in-season tournament, and then of course I was thinking of LeBron, and so Ohio, and there's the connection. Thank you so much for joining in here on Storytime. And yeah, good to see you here, Kathy. Thank you. And of course, Luna sending you an extra hug as well. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Yes, indeed. Each and every one of you joining into Storytime, or indeed helping support Storytime, you are part of the ingredients, part of that fabric that makes Storytime special. And we appreciate you. We love you. And yeah, appreciate your time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime today. And yeah, just want to make sure that you remember that, you know that, in case you forgot. We love you here at Storytime. And thank you for being a part of this wonderful community. Thank you indeed. Kathy, Megan, Ari, good morning to you. And out in Nakitosh, Louisiana, good morning to you. How are you doing today? Chad, Auntie Ann, Granny, and of course, Auntie Pam. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. And Auntie Pam, before I forget, got lost, distracted yesterday. Yes, 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 yes to everything. And I will be responding to the message as well. Thank you so much. You know that goes without asking, Auntie Pam, but I will respond. I will respond for sure. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. And it's a great, cool, sunny morning out there in Nakitosh. Breakfast with our Storytime family is the best way to start the day. Oh, hugs, hugs, hugs to you. Love you so much. Thank you so much for sharing that. And yeah, I'm glad you're here with us today. What is for breakfast? Was it Chef Chad again at the stove, handling everything this morning? Let us know. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. And for those of you that were not able to be here with us at the Social Justice Children's Book Holiday Fair 2023 in person, well, here is a snippet of another exhibitor doing amazing work that was there at the Social Justice Children's Book Holiday Fair. So enjoy this one, and then of course we'll be back today, and we are reading our book, and this one is called "Oh, the Things We're For." And since we're bringing back Innosanto Nagara, I just want to point out too that Megan, I know that you mentioned, I saw your comment on the tomato boycott that happened, and I just wanted to come back to that and talk about it, because I know I think I missed it during the show, but only saw it much later on. So just wanted to highlight, I did see that comment, and fun fact for sure, fun story. Thank you for sharing that one. All right, we'll be right back after this clip from the Social Justice Children's Book Holiday Fair. I hope you enjoy it. Get comfortable, get cozy. I hope you enjoy your breakfast. Go grab everything else that you need to make this story time even better. Thank you so much for being here with us on Story Time. All right, and we're outside now, outside the Emerson Elementary with Katie from Out in the Bar. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, we're so excited to be here with our big bus.
Yeah, so, the Social Justice Children's Book Holiday Fair has been happening this is our 7th one now. But just wondering too, for you, this is first time participating.
This is, yeah.
So how has it been, and what have you liked the most?
So it's been really wonderful. We've met a lot of families that have been coming through, some families that are from Emerson, some families that have been following us. And, we don't do that many events on the Ricky on East Bay. So it's been really fun to connect with all kinds of families that come by. It's been very busy, and it's very fun because people come in already carrying this huge stack of books, and then they come inside our bus and they go, oh no, I'm going to buy more. But everyone has canvas bags within canvas bags, so they're ready to go.
That's amazing. And I love that you said we don't do as many events yet. I love that. I want you to be back here. But also just tell us a little bit more too about Out in the Bar.
Yeah,
what is yes, absolutely. What is Out and About, and what's your vision? What's your mission?
Yeah, so we opened in October 2022.
Yeah.
And we bought this little bus on Craigslist, and we thought that it would be fun to make a mobile LGBTQ plus
Yes.
children's bookstore.
Oh,
So we're the only one that we know of.
Yeah. No, you're the only one I know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah.
It's a free So we retrofitted the whole inside of the bus ourselves,
Oh, wow.
and we had someone else paint it.
Yes.
And ever since we've been going around to different museums, and
Yeah.
schools, and different fairs, and we sell books to
Yes.
families. But we also are fiscally sponsored by the LC and the Cox Haven College. And so that is an Oakland-based nonprofit, and that allows us to do community programming. So we always have vendor tiles out, we always have our coloring students out, and at most of our events we do story time as well. But that's it also allows us to have reduced rates at different schools so that we can make sure that we're going to public schools and being equitable in terms of having access to all of these LGBTQ plus stories.
No, I love that, and too, like you mentioned, so because for example, Emerson Elementary, this is partly a fundraiser for them, and so you mentioned deals like that where they're able to get you on a reduced budget.
Yeah.
And so just wondering too for you, as in, would you be targeting Title I schools specifically, or would it be just? I mean, there's a whole range. Everybody needs to hear.
Everybody,
But then we're wondering too, like, is there are there other extra items that would be for, say, a Title I school?
Yeah, so we actually just did a big fundraiser, an in-person fundraiser, and we're very excited to say that we are now going to be able to cover the insurance costs that are required to bring this bus to public.
Yes.
So here in Oakland Unified, or in San Francisco Unified, and that'll allow us to be there during the day and provide programming and field trips while the students are there in session. And what we do when we go to different schools, we get wish lists from teachers or from libraries, and we actually have caregivers or PTAs buy those books and leave some books behind. So we also intend to have books have someone fund that so that we're able to leave behind some of the books that we have on the bus, whether or not kids can pay for it.
And as you know, like a former classroom teacher myself, I can say like those are such important things, especially because a lot of times you hear something, you see something, and you want to follow through, but maybe don't have access. But it sounds like you provided access. Oh, you guys, safe trip back.
You too. It's nice meeting you too.
Yeah, thank you for coming over to the bus today.
Yes, we had a great time.
Always listening librarian. Thank you. Yeah,
So,
we were both educators. So I taught over at SFUSC before, been a public school teacher for so it's always very important to us to connect with students. We always give a discount on the bus. And we love finding specific recommendations for families and for teachers.
Yeah, no, I love that. I love that. And also just too, like, where can people find you? How do they stay connected with you? And yeah, just because I know somebody watching out there, somebody listening who want to share this information.
Yeah, thank you. So we're Out and About Bookshop. We are really active on Instagram. So we're at Out and About Bookshop. The percent is spelled out, A-N-D. We've also got a Square website, and then we've got our own bookshop.org, so that even if people aren't able to come and see us in person, they can buy books and support us online as well.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Katie.
Yeah,
really
thank you for being out
appreciate
here
you
today.
being here. And I know too that you work with your partner in the Out and About Bus. So how is that? What is? Are there any specific roles that you each have in terms of like? What is each one's expertise? You said you designed it together. But, you know, like people tend to fall into certain things. Okay, I'm designing that, or I'm moving this part. Like, what are your strengths? What are the strengths that you both bring to you?
Well, we definitely wouldn't have been able to do it without each other. Because Charlie's a woodworker. And he brought all the knowledge about how to build shelves. And I would have had no idea how to do any of that. So, they have the vision for the inside of the bus, how to build everything.
Oh, I love that.
And then I've been an educator for a decade. I just really love finding the right book for the right person. So curating books is my favorite part. And so I really love looking at all the new LGBTQ plus books that are coming out, and then curating which ones we carry on the bus. It's definitely a teamwork where we need each other's skills and expertise. Like we've grown, I certainly learned how to build things I didn't know before. Charlie's learned so much about books that I didn't know before. So it's been fun to embark on this adventure together.
No, I love it. And 2022, 2023, I hope that you have many more years.
Yeah, we do too. We do
Yeah.
too. Many more years since driving our purple buses
Yeah,
in the
and
Bay Area.
collaborations like this.
Exactly. Exactly. We love
Yeah.
being in schools. We love working with schools and the teachers. So
Oh,
this is great.
thank you for being here. Thank you for
Yeah.
talking to us. So everybody, you know
Absolutely.
now about Out and About Books. If you didn't know about them before, please follow them on Instagram. Find them at Out and About and spelled out A-N-D. Find them out there. And of course, we're talking to Katie today here. Thank you so much. And then Charlie is inside. Thank you for being here. And remember too that the Social Justice Children's Book Holiday Fair is happening at Emerson. 15 more minutes before we wind up, before you can see this bus in person. Thank you for being here, and we'll be back with another amazing guest that is here, another amazing exhibitor that is here at the Social Justice Children's Book Holiday Fair 2023. Thank you so much.
Thank
Katie.
you. Thank you. That was amazing.
Yeah, no, all right.
Everyone.
Just right.
And welcome back. Thank you indeed. That was Katie and of course Charlie, who was not in the video from Out and About and just doing amazing work. So if you didn't know about Out and About, please check them out and see the work that they do. And yeah, see how maybe you can get them to your part of town. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime here. And yes, just another exhibitor, another amazing person doing amazing things out there that was featured at the Social Justice Children's Book Holiday Fair. Welcome back. That breakfast sounds delicious, don't you? I love it. I love it. Auntie Anne, oh my goodness, you're going to make me come and visit. I think that'll be the reason now. It'll no longer be to see Auntie Pam, to see Chad, to see everybody. No, it'll just be to come and see Auntie Anne and have amazing food in Nakitosh. Thank you so much for sharing that, making me extra hungry here. Thank you so much. And we'll get started with our story for today. This one is called Oh, the Things We're For. And this one is written and illustrated by Innosanto Nagara, and we'll be getting started after this short break. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Absolutely appreciate each and every one of you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Amanda with Amanda Weltman Photography. I'm a photographer and printmaker based in the Pacific Northwest, and I believe that your face deserves wall space. Enjoy today's story time with my favorite storyteller, Mr. Lamata.
Welcome back, indeed. Thank you, Amanda, and Amanda Woltman Photography out in Seattle. And so, if you're needing some, some photo needs, and yeah, you know who to call on. And I've been fortunate to have a session with Amanda, and it was amazing. And so, yeah, do check them out. If your friends who are out in the Pacific Northwest, why not ask them to do that? And of course, if they have the budget to get Amanda out to wherever they are, why not? Here we go. Our story for today. Oh, the things we're for. This one is written and illustrated by Innosanto Nagara. We are reading it with permission of the publishers, Seven Stories Press, Triangle Square. And yeah, it is a beautiful one. And Innosanto Nagara has brought us many books, including A is for Activist. Here we go. Oh, the things we're for. Written and illustrated by Innosanto Nagara. And we're reading this one with permission of the publishers, Triangle Square, Seven Stories Press. And I must mention too that Innosanto Nagara is one of the organizers of the Social Justice Children's Book Holiday Fair. Was a little busy this time around, wasn't as involved, but yeah, very much a part of it. When you go to a march and raise your sign high, you will make people smile who thought you were shy. And you will make people wonder, does that kid really know why? Yes, when you go to a march and raise your sign high, you will make people smile who thought you were shy. And you will make people wonder, does that kid really know why? Does that kid really know why? You do know, of course. That's why you're there. You're there to say no because you do care. You're there to say, stop. What's happening's not fair. It's not right. We can't keep going. We can't keep doing what we're doing the way it's been done. We can't keep using it, moving it, running it how it's been run. Standing together, that's how change can be won. Yeah. So, yes, you do know what's up and why you're there. But that's not the big question, at least not for me. It's not folks who don't know or just disagree. It's folks who want to be with us, but feel that they just, well, that they simply just can't see. Yeah, that is something to think about. So, yes, you do know what's up and why you're there. But that's not the big question, at least not for me. It's not folks who do not know or just disagree. It's folks who want to be with us but feel that they simply just can't see. Mm. Folks who say, we want to resist, we're on the same page, our problems are serious, that's easy to see. Destruction must stop, we can't let it be. Stop polluting and poisoning and cheating and stealing. No one likes dictators or violence or kids going hungry. End poverty. Stop war. But okay, then what are you for? Oh, what are we for, you ask? Well, that is my favorite question. And I am sure it's yours too, because you pay attention. You have so many answers and so many options and so many solutions that you want to impart. The only hard question is, where does one start? Oh, yes. Where does one start indeed? You have so many solutions that you want to impart. The only hard question is, where does one start? We have to start somewhere. So let's take a pick. Take something we all do. We all get sick, right? Unfortunately, we all do. We get wheezy and sneezy and snuffly noses. We get headaches and tummy aches and sometimes throw up. Yeah. So we sip some hot soup and we get a good rest, and soon we feel better and back at our best. But sometimes being sick is harder than that. The nurses may say we need more than just rest. The doctors may want to give us a test. Perhaps they will tell us to get an x ray. It might even mean a hospital stay. And when there's a virus that starts to run wild, more people get sicker, though some cases are mild. But so many sickies means so many meds, and not enough nurses, and not enough beds. Yeah. But then we're asked, who's going to pay? Sadly, the answer is pretty not funny. When companies decide to make all their money deciding who gets cared for and who does not, depending on cash you put in their pot. So if you have means, you get the care you need. But if you don't, well, you're in trouble indeed. So here's an idea that we can all share. We all do our part and put in what's fair. And then when we need it, we have access to care. So healthcare for all is a thing that we're for. Should I go on? Continue this tour? No problem, for sure. Yes, healthcare for all is what is the thing that we're for. Yeah. Oh, I have so many things to talk about on that. But we read on. Healthcare for all is what we're for. We all know now that the climates are changing. The earth is warming and the sea level is rising. The ice shelves are melting, which is not all surprising since science was warning that the globe will keep warming if we keep burning the stuff we've been burning. Yeah. But is there an answer? Some people may ask. Why, yes, you say, if we're up to the task. Is there an answer, you say? Why, yes, if we're up to the task. It's not an easy job, but yes, there are alternatives. Look up, you exclaim. What do you see? A huge ball of plasma, clean energy for free. So instead of drilling and spilling, and let's be honest, even killing for dirty dead dino goop that should stay in the ground, let's embrace the sun and wind and earth. Nature's power will always abound. If anyone's still not sure what you mean, what we can change so our future is green, well, it starts with committing to making it real, working together to seal a new deal. Yeah, green energy, clean energy is what we're for. I love the line. So instead of drilling and spilling, and let's be honest, even killing for dirty dead dino goop that should stay in the ground anyway, wow, let's embrace the sun and the wind and earth. Nature's power will always abound. If anyone's still not sure what you mean, what we can change so our future is green, well, it starts with committing to making it real, working together to seal a new deal. Hmm. Wow, they say. Universal healthcare, they say. Solar energy, such big things for a kid. Okay, that's cool. But shouldn't you be focused on kid things like play dates and school? School and play. Why, yes, on that, you have much to say. We learn more with more recess and time to eat lunch. Much smaller classes. We can't learn in a crunch. If we memorize and drill and are taught to be tested, real thinking does not get invested. Critical minds can't flourish that way. And speaking of teaching, our teachers need much better pay. Mm. Oh, yes. Yeah. Did you bring up schools? Oh, I have so much to say on that. School and play? Why, yes. On that, you have so much to say. We learn more with more recess and time to eat lunch. Much smaller classes. We can't learn in a crunch. If we memorize and drill and are taught to be tested, well, real thinking does not get invested. Critical minds can't flourish that way. And speaking of teaching, our teachers need much better pay. Oh, oh, the things we're for, you ask. We need schools that are safe. We need freedom to range. We need libraries and sports. We need cultural exchange. We need music and arts to fill our brains and our hearts. We should be seen as whole people with many different kinds of smarts. There are so many ideas upon which we can call for a free and fair and public education for all. Mm. We need schools that are safe. We need freedom to range. We need libraries and sports. We need cultural exchange. We need music and arts to fill our brains and our hearts. We should be seen as whole people with many different kinds of smarts. There are so many ideas upon which we can call for a free and fair and public education for all. But let's get more personal. Let's talk about we. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about me. Let's talk about us, and the many, many ways we can be. Let's celebrate the splendor of spectrums of gender. Let's recognize and value the many hues of our skin, the many languages we speak, our many lands of origin, to whom one may pray, with whom one shares love, the diverse ways our minds work, our bodies we are proud of. Those who've always been here, on whose lands we now tread, those who dare speak up, those who act quietly instead. But let's also be clear that harm has been done. Futures were stolen by sword and by gun. We can't flip a switch and say that we're there. A history of injustice takes more to repair. To balance the scales, we must reclaim what they stole and do the hard work to make us all whole. Yeah. Let's celebrate the splendor of spectrums of gender. Let's recognize and value the many hues of our skin, the many languages we speak, our many lands of origin, to whom one may pray, with whom one shares love, the diverse ways our minds work, our bodies we're proud of, those who've always been here, on whose land we now tread, those who dare to speak up, those who act quietly instead. But let's also be clear that harm has been done. Futures were stolen by sword and by gun. We can't flip a switch and say that we're there. A history of injustice takes more to repair. To balance the scales, we must reclaim what they stole and do the hard work to make us all whole. Making us whole, that's really the theme. It's not as difficult as it may seem. Lock them up, they say. Throw away the key. That's the quick fix that some want to see. But let's take a moment and take a close look. Who gets locked up? Where? How? And why? You will see there's a problem that one can't deny. A pattern of how the judgments we face and different are different for each based on money and race. And even if things were equal, quote unquote, fair, or if things were fair, quote unquote, and those doing time, quote unquote, deserve to be there, is putting humans in cages the best we can do? In 10,000 years, have we learned nothing new? We have, of course, and that's the good news. There are much better options from which we can choose. Lift up the idea that we dispose of no one. We're each of us more than our worst acts. There is no panacea and work must be done. Liberations for all of us, or else it's for none. In 10,000 years, have we learned nothing new? Speaking of work, we've ideas on that too. Things we can change, things we can do. So many people work hard for their pay, but hardly make ends meet at the end of the day. And as if just working wasn't hard enough, they are all alone when the going gets rough. There are so many ways that these things can be tough. We don't even have room to list all of that stuff. Hmm. But suffice it to say, there is many a way where workers have rights and workers have sway, where we work with each other in union as one, or better yet, in co-ops for fairness and fun. And when our rights come under attack, we will know who's got our back. Oh, yes. Okay, I know this is a lot, but hey, they asked, so they get what you got. They opened the door for solutions galore when they asked you, what are you for? Maybe they had hoped for something lighthearted. But you, my friend, are just getting started. Oh, yeah. So, as you can see, there is much to be done, much to be fixed, and much to be run. But having to do stuff isn't so bad. Let's roll up our sleeves. Let's do something rad. Yeah, there's work to be done. So much work to be done. Much to be fixed, and much to be run. But having to do stuff isn't so bad. Let's roll up our sleeves. Let's do something rad. Yeah. Wow. I love this spread. Let's roll up our sleeves and do something rad. Let's shout out solutions from sea to sea. Let's yell out our favorites. I hope you will join me. What do you see on there? Yeah, diversity, public arts, open space, freedom of speech, participatory economy. Oh, yes, co-housing, public education, good jobs, public space, paid family leave, credit unions, and so much more. Maybe later when you get some time, you can pause the video here and get to look at all these different things on here. Or if you have the book or have the book from your local library, look at all those. Kids' rights, yes, very important. Harm reduction, social workers. Yes, we need it all. Oh, mental health services. We need those for sure. To you, these ideas are never a bore. You've already shared many and have many, 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 oh, so many more. When you care for the world as much as you do, creating solutions is so you. Of course, not all solutions are the best they can be. And on some things, we may disagree, and that's okay. But it all starts with caring and agreeing to sharing. A radical act if we're daring. But this is all stuff that you already know. You're ready to go. You're ready to soar. You're ready to start. You're ready to roar. So, off now. Let's go. Let us start working. Let us start building the future we're for. Yes. Yes. So, off now. Let's go. Let us start working. Let us start building the future we're for. And that is the end of our story today. Told you, Innosanto Nagara, just love the way his brain works, love the material that he puts out, and he lives this too. He lives this too. He lives in this world. He's a pure activist, a pure agitator, and yeah, he walks the talk. And yeah, he's such an inspiration, and I've learned so much from him. And we need more books like this. And yeah, thank you for sharing that, Innosanto Nagara. Thank you for allowing me to be here and share that wonderful book with you today. I'll be right back after this short break for more story time.
Hello, I'm Olalu Ogunyemi, officer in the United States Marine Corps and author of Crow from the Shadow. You are tuned in with my brother on Storytime with Mr. Lamada. Enjoy and God bless.
Welcome back indeed. Thank you, Ola Oluogunyemi, of course. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. I hope that Innosanto Nagara today has inspired you, has reminded you of the power that you hold and the little acts that we can do. You know, are you one of those that prefers to act silently instead? Are you one that will be out there at the protest loud and proud? Well, however you choose to turn up, however you choose to participate, please know that you have the power, and your voice matters. Your voice is important in everything that's going on in our communities, and it starts with with the smaller communities, right? And it comes out to the larger world. And of course, too, we can see these politicians that are running our world, or like our governments, and you see where the budget allocations go and what matters to them, right? So I hope that we continue to voice and continue to show up, continue to push and demand better. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Absolutely appreciate you. And yeah, we're always learning together. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, yes, yes. Edward, thank you so much for joining us. Let's do something rad. And I think we did that on Saturday too, right? So small ways, small victories. Let us normalize it, having a diverse community, right? I hope for a world when we can move from having little pockets or little segments and so on, and we can just talk about the people, the community, and it includes everybody, right? So thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thank you. I know you've taken up, for example, Edward, you've taken up being a leader for the Parent Teachers Association at Emerson Elementary, and that is not easy, but that is what we need, that community involvement, community engagement, and being open-minded to ideas. I love it. Thank you, and wishing you the very best. Thank you so much for being here with us today, and yeah, absolutely love it. Oh my goodness, this part. Thank you, Pamela Courtney. Appreciate you, and yeah, just love that we're here together to learn together for sure. And Kathy, you're saying what a powerful book it is indeed, and this one is Oh, the Things We're For, and it is from Innosanto Nagara. So many amazing things that are mentioned in here, and I hope that it leaves us inspired this morning. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. To all you amazing people who are here live, and of course, you're joining us later on, remember that you're part of the Storytime family, the Storytime community, and you make this space what it is. You are the ingredients, every single one of you, that make this place special. And I appreciate you, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of the day. This has been Storytime for today. We have work to do, as you can see, as Innosanto said, but I know it's work that we're already doing. So how can we be amplified? How can we keep on matching? How can we keep on marching and also keep inspired? And yeah, by connecting too with like-minded people, sharing in our communities. Remember that you are not alone in this work. We're here with you as well. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. So we're back tomorrow with the book appropriately named Things to Do. We do have things to do, and we'll be back here tomorrow on Storytime doing just that. Thank you so much for joining us here today, and I hope you enjoyed learning about Out and About books and what they do, and a snippet of the Social Justice Children's Book Holiday Fair that we just had out here in Oakland at Emerson Elementary, Oakland. Absolutely proud of the work that was done, and I hope that you enjoyed it, everybody that was able to attend, but also I hope that you've been able to enjoy these little clips and snippets that we've brought to you here on Storytime, and look forward to more tomorrow again. Thank you to everybody that has been here. Pamela Courtney, thank you one more time, and of course Chad, Granny, Auntie Pam, Auntie Ann, thank you for being here with us on Storytime. We hope to see you again tomorrow. Ari, Megan, Kathy, Edward, thank you to everybody that joined in, and I know too that breaks are coming up shortly, so I hope that people are able to get some rest and indeed have some time to rest. I hope we're in that position, but if not, still with you and wishing you the very best. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. Much love from me, and I will see you again tomorrow. That is the plan. I'll see you again tomorrow for more Storytime. Bye-bye.
soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing. Ooh, story time. Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait